Hello my beautiful faves, and welcome back to my channel. Honestly, with this video, just sip away because today I have some premium gist for you guys. I'm gonna be spilling the tea and giving you some amazing tips to avoid having your hair looking crunchy and instead just having her looking silky and soft to the touch. But before you start expecting good results, babe, please, I need you to get yourself a good wig. Like, I hope you know we're not here to perform miracles, Abby. Oh, okay. Anyways, a highly rated company in my books is 𝐻𝐻African and I'm not even gonna do too much chit-chatting right now. All throughout this video, you're gonna be able to watch this hair perform its magic.
1, 2, 3.
The road to sleek hair starts as soon as you receive that unit. Whether you plan on bleaching your hair or dyeing your hair or not, washing your hair is a very important step. I always try to remember that it's vital for me to treat my wigs and my units like it's my own hair, you know, my natural hair. And I also just love the thought of feeling like I'm washing off any unnecessary film or coating that may have been put on the hair while it was in the manufacturing stage. Like, if you really deep it, that hair has been all over the factory. So best believe I'm washing off whatever I feel like I don't want touching me right off, okay? Because I did add highlights to my hair to avoid having any like brassy tones, I'm starting off with washing my hair with this purple shampoo, and I use the Nexxus purple shampoo to slightly tone the blondes that I've added, and also just to give my hair that first round of tender love and care. Let that sit for some time and rinse. Assuming you don't bleach your hair and you don't need to tone her, just be sure to use a regular purifying shampoo. To condition my hair, if there's any hair product that has remained consistent in my life, it is this conditioner from Pantene's Repair and Protect line. Like, I have used this not only for my natural hair, but also for my wigs and my units and frontals and everything. And I'm very fond of using both their shampoo and conditioner because, yeah, I'm very loyal to them. But they just leave my hair feeling so soft to the touch and manageable to work with, and like, I can't explain it, I really can't. But just for like my natural curly hair, I especially love using this line for my curly units. And I really don't shy away from thoroughly coating this all over the hair, you know, weft by weft, strand by strand, just making sure that the hair gets its well-deserved love so that it can love us back and behave herself later down the line. Lastly, a product I've been introducing to my wig life is this Miracle Moisture Boost sulfate-free conditioner. Moisture is a very important element when it comes to shine and sleekness for your wigs. So, you know, you want to make sure that you're taking the steps that are required to ensure that you're getting exactly what it is that you want. So yeah, there will never be a finished product without the action to back it up. So I try to do everything that is required of me, and you should too. I want you to do the same. Rinse her and allow to air dry. This follow-up step is where we watch the magic unveil itself. First of all, now that we've allowed her to air dry, we'll be introducing two very essential, very crucial products to our unit. The first is this Protecting Silk Blowout Thermal Spray, and if this isn't magic in a bottle, girl, it's a heat protectant, and although you're meant to coat the hair thoroughly in this, it's fast drying, so it doesn't take long before I was able to get this hair back to a dry state. And the second product, now hear me out, it is this Color Wow Dream Coat Spray. I know this spray is technically for your natural hair, at least I think it is, but who says I can't use it for my wigs as well? I used this on a straight wig that I wore not too long ago, and even though the quality of the hair to me was poo cheese, I was still able to get like a really sleek look using this, and it lasted me much longer than I anticipated. So I may not have the bravery to straighten my natural hair, but I can always trust that if I wanted to, I can definitely count on this spray. And yeah, I followed that up with tip number 2, and that is using a dryer brush. Listen, gone are the days where a dryer and a brush were two separate entities. I can't begin to count the amount of time this has saved me with styling my hair, especially because I use a dryer brush first before I go in with any hot styling tool. And yeah, it just gets my hair into a more like tolerable state before straightening or curling, in this case straightening. And it also reduces the amount of frizz because unlike the regular dryer and brush method, the air is flowing in literally one direction, keeping the strands of the hair obviously flowing in one direction. And you can dead ass just see the difference between the section that is blow dry and the one that isn't. And because we used the sprays that we did, the hair already looks so good. And also with the dryer brush, you get to minimize the amount of heat that you use or the amount of heat that is required of you when you're straightening your hair. hair, and I just couldn't be more here for it, you know. And I always make sure that I use this in between the wefts, the ends of the hair, and most importantly the frontal, to make sure that I'm getting out any kinks or crimps that, you know, may be in the hair, any kinks that we want to smooth out. Speaking of frontals though, that brings me to tip number 3. I'm going to assume that you guys are already familiar with a hot comb, because if you aren't, my sister, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I feel like no babe of mine that watches my videos can ever say that they're not. But anyways, a hot comb is capable of doing so much on its own, but I always use it in combination with a styling wax for the sleekest and flattest results. However, there's a method to the madness. For the best results, you can't just go in and slap that styling wax on only the visible areas. Listen, I always go in with my styling wax in sections, okay? So I'm parting like medium-sized sections at a time and applying the styling wax directly onto the sections before working it in with my hot comb. You need to be very careful with the amount of styling wax that you apply, because, you know, if you apply too much, then you're really just gonna end up getting the opposite effect, which is stiff and sticky hair instead of a sleek and flowy look. Once your hair is flat at the top, now we can finally go in with the most rewarding part of the process. And also, same way I section my hair for the wax process is the same way that I'm going to section my hair for the flat ironing process. I hope you know that, right? Like, that makes sense, Evie. Okay, I just make sure that I use this opportunity to go through each individual weft of the wig, and I especially do this now so that I don't have to do it later on further down the line, you know what I mean? And before even styling with my hot tool, I start by coating my hair, very lightly coating my hair with some hair oil for some sheen and fluidity. And I use this Moroccan oil in the spritz version, and I rub it into my palms and, you know, just spread that into whatever section it is that I'm working on. And just be sure that you're not too heavy-handed with this product. Like, a little bit, a very tiny bit goes such a long way. Now, once that is done, you're going to be flat ironing your hair as the final step. And that brings me to tip number 4, which is making sure that you're working through those sections with a flat iron alongside a comb or a brush. This just gives you the best results, and you avoid having to do too many passes because the comb or the brush cuts through the kinks before the flat iron even gets to it. I really tried to put you guys on this stick-on comb from Amazon, and I'm just not even gonna lie to you guys, this was the worst thing ever. Like, it just kept getting stuck and it kept adding like these weird streaks to the hair. So I mean, try it at your own risk, and if you do happen to try it, just make sure to try and separate the flat iron from the comb a little bit more than I did, because I'm pretty sure that was the mistake that I made. I feel like that's why it just kept getting stuck, but I personally couldn't be bothered to try it again. So if it works for you, it works for you, but I'll do what works for me, and that's using a brush alongside my flat iron. However, darling, don't put yourself through all of this work, through all of these many steps, through this whole process, and expect to get amazing results while still using a crappy flat iron. I promise you it's not worth the stress. You know, you want to have a flat iron that helps you with minimizing frizz, that doesn't snag or pull on your hair, and also one that doesn't require multiple passes just to get that shiny, sleek look like this one. Do you know what I mean? I currently use the Conair Rainbow Infinity Pro flat iron. I'm pretty sure I like butchered that really badly, but anyways, mind you guys, I also love using this flat iron over my $100 flat irons. Like, it just gives me such sleek results, and my hair is left feeling so soft and silky to the touch, and I love that. Also, life hack, I always prefer to use a flat iron that has like a wide width. I don't know if that makes sense. So I would either go for like a flat iron that is like 1 1/4 inches in width, or like 1.5 inches in width. And for me personally, it just covers more surface area, and you know, you're not left there flat ironing your hair over and over again, having to do so many passes, because this time around your flat iron has a wide width and you get so much done in a shorter amount of time. But now that you are left with the most incredible silky smooth hair, all that's left of you to do, if it isn't done already, is to install your wig as usual.
Take it easy, baby, before I have your baby. You do that thing, we gon' make magic. You do that thing, we gon' make. You do that thing, we gon' make. You do that thing.
And voila, we're done. You've achieved so much in this video, but remember that all of these steps mean nothing if you don't have quality products and quality hair. Wow African Hair is probably the only Chinese vendor that I would recommend for getting sleek, straight, soft hair like this. But enough chit chat though. With all of that said, I hope you babes enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in my next one.
1, 2, 3.
More